For today's video, I am going to be doing a brief review video of the new e.l.f. powder foundation. Let's go ahead and get started. For the foundation, I got the shade in 400W. And I got this shade because honestly, it was the only shade that they had available on the website that was going to match my skin tone. So as you guys can see, I'm like a medium brown complexion with kind of like a warm undertone. And so the shade before it was too light and I felt like maybe a little too cool. And then the shades after it were too dark and probably also a little too cool. I'm going to take that sponge and just pat it right into the foundation. So I put nothing else on my face. I just washed it and hydrated it. I have oily skin, but my skin does tend to look dry when I add matte products to it. So I probably shouldn't drag it. I should be patting it into the skin. So I will say, I mean, I think this matches my skin tone very well. Yeah, like I think that thankfully it worked out really well, that this was a true match. So I'm now just going to, like I said, just pat that, so you guys can see it right here. Just pat that into my skin like so, just to cover, you know, the darkness that I tend to get around the sides of my face. I tend to get a lot of breakouts there. So like the jaw area, or like the under the cheek area, the jaw area, and then sometimes like near the mouth as well. So you guys can see. So I've covered this like whole side of my face here. It still looks like skin, but there's a very, I feel like more like seamless look across the side of my face. Yeah, I'm like, can you tell between the two sides? Do you guys see that? Yeah, it's like you can definitely tell that I'm wearing a powder, but it's still very, very light as a finish. So yeah, so you guys can definitely see a difference between this side and this side. I'm actually gonna go ahead and try applying this with a pre-dampened beauty blender as well for the other side. I just wanna see if that does anything in terms of the finish, if I like that a little bit better. But I just naturally gravitate towards a beauty blender when applying anything on my face. I feel like I have just more control of where it's landing and how it's sitting on the skin. Yeah, I mean, so far I would say I do like this powder. I mean, you guys can visibly see a difference because my under eye bags are, you know, honestly almost gone. So like that's pretty impressive for just a powder by itself, a matte powder by itself. I really love the texture. I love how lightweight it is. I love the consistency of it. I love the fact that it does such a good job of like blurring those imperfections, but it still looks like skin. This is honestly really nice. Like for $11, this is really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish up my forehead, you guys. I will say that it is clinging to a little issue that I have here. So I have like a pimple that's like in the process of healing. So there's like some dry skin there. So it's kind of clinging to that. But otherwise, honestly, I love it. I really love it. And I just love how easy it was to apply. I like the fact that I have like this little like beauty mark here. You can still see that, you know, so it still looks very natural, but it gives you that like matte, just look at that. Like it's just so I'm like, what's the word? Flawless, you know, I don't want to say seamless again. Flawless. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeshadow off of camera, you guys, and then I'll come back and finish the rest of my face. To complete my face, I am now going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. The e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, and this is in the shade Bronze Belle. Yeah, so as you guys can see, it's literally setting so naturally, which honestly I'm really happy about. I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and complete the rest of my eyeshadow. If you guys are interested in how I created this eyeshadow look, I will have that linked above for you, and it will also be available to click at the end of this video as well. And then over that, I'm actually gonna go in with my Lifter Gloss by Maybelline. This is in the shade Petal. Honestly, I feel like this foundation is amazing, and I say that for a few reasons. I really like the fact that when I was applying it, honestly, I have not had to wash my hands, and if you guys know how messy foundation can get when you're using like a cream-based foundation, it drives me nuts. So honestly, that I really like how simple, how easy it was to use, to apply to my skin. Honestly, I just feel like this foundation is flawless. It worked really well with my other products, the other e.l.f. products that I used for this video. and it looks just as good in person as it does on camera, honestly. And it probably looks better to me in person than it does on camera, because I don't know what it looks like for you guys. But yes, I am in love. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave them down below for me. And as always, loves, I will see you in my next video. Bye, babes.